guys, welcome to New Albany Middle School. I'm going to show you how to set up a CNC router. At New Albany we have a Forest Scientific CNC router machine and it's pretty easy to set up. So the first thing you're going to want to do is turn it on. So right down here you're just going to click this green button and it's going to boot up your CNC machine. And I've already got my computer turned on. So you're going to need to load up your wood project. And I have a little piece of tape to mark where I want to put the wood because when I'm in class with my students, we're running a bunch of projects and I'm not going to constantly want to reset the X, Y, and Z axis. So I have a little cheat mark for me to help me load my wood so I can run a bunch of projects. So I'm going to load my wood to the top of that little piece of tape. And then these are our little clamps that keep our wood in place. So again, I like these clamps because they clamp onto the side of the wood so they're not covering up any of the wood. Like these clamps, they cover some of the wood so your project can't drill on top of it. So we're going to hold it in place. I like to hold it with my fingers and my thumb. And then you're going to grab your Allen wrench and you're going to just tighten up your clamps. So you're going to rotate it righty-tighty. About 2 turns should get it nice and tight. You don't want it so tight that you strip the inside, but about 2 turns should get it. Then you're going to pull this little lever towards you. And then just kind of tug on your wood, make sure it's not going to move anywhere. Okay, and that's in there nice and tight. So I'm going to close these up for now. I'll have to open them up when I set the Z again, but for now we can close it. And I'm going to come over here to my computer and I'm going to set the X, Y, and Z axis. So we're going to come down here to setup, or for a shortcut you can click F1. But we're going to set the X, and my X is going to be the top left corner of this piece of wood. And we're just going to come over here to the control panel. And so this turtle and rabbit denotes speed that the router itself is going to move. So I'm just going to click on rabbit so it moves nice and fast. So I'm going to go Y positive so I can go back. And I'm also going to drop the Z down, Z negative, so I can see just how close I am to hovering over that corner. So I need to go X positive and look at it from a bunch of different angles so you can make sure you're getting it in that right spot. Got to go Y positive again. And I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to drop down my Z a little bit more. I'm pretty close. I need to go Y positive some more. And I'm going to drop the Z down, see how close I am to that corner. And it looks like I'm going to put it on turtle speed now, and I'm going to come over just a little X negative. And I've got it in that corner. So I'm going to make sure I set that axis. So I'm going to click set, or F10. Okay, so it has set my X at 0 position. And then I'm going to click over here on F1, next axis. And I'm going to set my Y. So here it is Y. So Y is in that corner as well. And I'm going to set it. Okay, and then I'm going to move on over back to next axis. And now the fun part is getting the Z. So I'm going to raise my Z just a bit. And typically you would want to center your Z right in the middle of your project, but our machine is sloped just a little bit, so I really am going to set our Z towards the top of our piece of wood, just for a more accurate engraving, but that's just for our machine. Typically you're going to want to do it right in the middle. So I'm going to come on over to X positive. I'm going to move this on rabbit speed now, just so I can move it a little bit faster. And I'm going to move it back just a bit. Now, you're just going to get like a little scrap of paper. You can open your door, and you're going to want to just put this little paper right under your drill bit or your end mill. And I'm going to put it back on turtle speed. And I'm going to lower my Z just in small increments until it looks like it's really close to sticking. And then I'm going to just take this paper and see if I can go back and forth. Well, this paper is just barely stuck. I'm having to rip the paper. So that's really close. So I'm just going to click on this incremental, and it's going to go down literally like 1/100th of a degree. Okay, so I'm going to lower my Z just a little bit more. It's such small movements that you really can't even tell it's going down, but it is. So my end mill, it's right where it needs to be at the top of the wood, so it's going to be perfect for an engraving. I'm going to close this back up, and then I'm going to set my Z axis. So it is set, it's ready to go. Now there are no more axes to set, so I'm just going to escape. And now I'm ready to load my project.